Today we'll be talking about the percent equation with lesson 6.4. The percent equation is another way to solve for a part of a problem dealing with percents. This is similar to our percent proportion, so we can use either method to solve the same types of problems. So to represent A is P percent of W, use an equation. So the part is equal to the percent times the whole. Now, when we use the percent, we have to change it to decimal form. So 50% is like 0.5. So that's the number that we would use in there. So that's the biggest piece of information that we have to remember is we have to change that percent to a decimal. So without doing any calculations, cross out or X the equation that you cannot use to answer each question. So what number is 55% of 80? So remember, the part is equal to the percent times the whole. So what number is, we're missing the part. Percent of 80 is the whole. So A equals 55% as a decimal times 80. So this one's okay. Now we could also write that percent as a fraction. 55 out of 100 can be reduced by 5 to 11/20. So option 2 is correct. Now, we can't multiply the part and the whole to get the percent. But we can use this fourth option, like we did yesterday with the percent proportion, to find the correct answer. So number 3 is not a correct way to find the answer. 24 is 60% of what number? Go ahead and take a look at number 2 and try to pick out which one is the most appropriate. Or pick out which one is not appropriate. We know that 24 is the part, so we can look at all 4 options and see which one has 24 in the spot of the part. Well, since all of them do, we know that the error is not with the 24. 60%, so we have 60%, 60 over 100, 0.6 is 60%. We also know that 3/5 is 60%, but here we have the part over the percent. We know that that one cannot be correct. Now, looking at these, it says write and solve an equation to answer the question. So we're going to start with number 1. What number is 10% of 20? So remember, the part, what number is, we don't know the part. Percent as a decimal, 10% is 0.10 of 20 times the whole. Now we can multiply these two numbers to get the part. 0.10 times 20 is 2. So the part is 2. 10% of 20 is 2. Now go ahead and try number 2 on your own. What number is, that's the part, 150% as a decimal is 1.5 of 40, so times 40. Here we can multiply 1.5 times 40 to find the part. 1.5 times 40 is 60, so the part is 60. Now, when we look at number 3, 3 is what percent of 600? So we know that the part is 3. We are missing the percent, and we know the whole. So our equation looks like this. Part equals percent times the whole. Now, we know that the percent, the P and the 600 are being multiplied. The opposite of that is to divide. So when we divide, we find that P equals 3 over 600 is 1 over 200, or 0.005. Now, we're finding the percent. So 0.005 is a decimal. We need our answer to be a percent. So remember that we can take this decimal and move it 2 times to the right to get our answer of 0.5%. Now, go ahead and try number 4 on your own. We started by writing our information. 18 is the part equals the percent, which we do not know, of 20 the whole. Now again, the percent and the 20 are being multiplied, and the opposite of that is to divide. 18 out of 20 is like 9/10. We know that 9/10 is 90%. So the answer to number 4 is 90%. Now let's look at number 5. 8 is 80% of what number? So of what number tells us that we're missing the whole. So we have 8 equals 0.80. Remember, we're changing that percent to a decimal of the whole. Now here, these two items are being multiplied, so we need to divide. 8 divided by 0.8 is 10. So the whole is 10. Go ahead and try number 6 on your own. We have 90 is 18% of what number? 90 is the part. 0.18 is the percent of what number? So the whole. Again, we can divide by 0.18. And when we long divide, we would find out that 90 divided by 0.18 is 500. The whole is 500. Now, as you work on your assignments on this particular lesson, keep in mind that we have the part is equal to the percent times the whole. We are using our information on solving equations to help us solve for the missing piece, but keep in mind that you always have to change that percent to a decimal.